Welcome back to another Rose City Reptiles video. I'm Joey. This is Rose City Reptiles, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. But in today's video, we're going to be checking out some beautiful tegus. I have right in front of me, I can see them, you can't yet, but you will shortly, some amazing tegus that were produced right here by these hands and my family. So this is the fun part of the year where we get to enjoy the babies. The adults are starting to slow down. At the end of the video, we're actually going to walk the line of all of the adult tegus, and for anyone that's out, there might be a couple, there might not be any, but we're going to walk the line and kind of show you guys what's happening and how we're preparing for brumation. But first, let's check out some amazing babies. I'm going to save some of my best for last, so let's get into it. All right, so I'm about to show you guys some of these babies. They're a little jumpy right now. I just pulled them out and put them in the stub, but up first, a little dirty, you know. Up first right here is one of the Paraguayan reds from Crime Scene and Ginger. She's about to bust out of this shed. I know underneath we've got some really nice colors, but really good size on this girl. These babies are growing super well and looking good. These are from our really big solid red male Crime Scene. You guys know who he is most likely if you watch the channel. But all of these guys are listed on the website and available for purchase. All right, let's go ahead and grab the next. While we're doing reds, we'll go ahead and grab a high white red. This is these guys, their colors are just, they look like fall. It's the right time of season for the high white reds. These ones are from Mako and Ryder, and you can just see those colors really coming through and looking amazing in this phase of its development. These guys change. It takes years for them to reach their final color that they'll have as adults, but it is really fun to watch them change, and this is the best size to get them when they're easy to tame down. As you can see, these guys are really tame. They do good with handling, and it's fun to watch them develop as they grow. Okay, up next we still have some, well, we'll do that one. Let's see. Up next is, all right, this one's a little squirmy, is a little black and white here. We still have some black and whites available. They're looking really good. Some of them are starting to slow down for brumation. Some babies brumate and some don't, and some brumate for just a few weeks and some brumate for months. You just have to watch the animal and its behavior. But we're starting to cool down here in Texas, and but yeah, these black and whites are looking really good, and we have some available as well. But these are from Widow and Thor, a really large pair of black and whites. I expect these babies to be on the bigger side, some of them, or at least they carry the genetics for it. And yeah, I think they're turning out really nice with some pretty coloring going on. Okay, and up next we have a baby from Topaz and Iris. These are the high blues. We still have some of these available on the site. She's trying to jump. She wants to jump onto the camera. That's what she wants to do. But they are looking really good. These blue tegus, they start off really dark and they lighten up with age. I expect them to develop some nice blue colors just like their mom and dad. And yeah, I'm really excited about how they are turning out and how they're looking. They're growing really well, and just overall just really pretty tegus. Okay, and up next I'm going to show you guys Topaz and Vanessa babies. Now, Topaz and Vanessa are both het for albino. That means they carry the albino genes even though they're both normal looking tegus. So some of the babies came out albino. I'm going to show you 2 of the normal siblings and 2 of the albino siblings. The albinos are going to be the last ones I show you. Up first, I have a baby that looks just like how Vanessa looked as a baby. Like identical. This one right here, this one is from Topaz and Vanessa. This like silver coloring it has on its body is exactly how Vanessa looked. And yeah, this, I can already tell this baby's gonna be really beautiful. And then I have a sibling to this one that looks really cool as well. It's this one right here. This is the sibling. It may, I don't know how it's picking up on camera, but in person the head has a really nice red color to it. And the body has some nice coloring as well. But this one, because these are hybrids, there's sometimes a variety in how the siblings look from one another. There's always a variety with these hybrids. And this one definitely is displaying more of the red characteristics. But you can also see the blue characteristics as well. But really amazing looking Tegu here. This is one of the best in the clutch. They all turned out really cool. And I'm so happy with how they are all looking. But yeah, this is a beautiful Tegu. Has some really nice coloring. And watching this one develop is going to be a real treat. Okay, now we're going to show you the albino siblings to the ones we just looked at. Okay, and I have two different phases, a light phase and a dark phase. So let's pull them out. Up first is the light phase, and oh my goodness, look at the colors of this animal. I mean, it's just incredibly beautiful. It's exactly what I was hoping to produce with these. Good eater, really healthy baby, and I mean, just look at those colors. Amazing. This exact animal is actually pictured on the website and for sale. She does have a small nip tail, but it's already healed up and will probably be completely unnoticeable as an adult. But just a beautiful baby. So amazing. Now I don't know which one I like better, the light phase or the dark phase. I'll show you the dark phase next. So here is the dark phase. Look at those colors. So this is also an albino, siblings to the last three that I've showed. And just amazing colors. Look at that. Look at all the dark banding, the dark bars down the side, and they will keep a lot of that dark pigment into adulthood. Really cool looking albino right there. And this exact animal is also for sale on the website right now. Really cool baby from Topaz and Vanessa. All of them. All right, hope you guys enjoyed looking at those babies. That's really fun for me to show them to you, and I love hearing your feedback in the comments. Just kind of, let me know what you guys think about them, and that can really be really encouraging for me. But like I said, we're gonna walk the adult Tegu line and discuss brumation. But first, I want to hurry up and get Vanessa, the mother to the albinos, and then the two babies before the albinos. She's out, so I would love to show you guys Vanessa. Come on this way. I'm going to take the camera. All right, here's Vanessa. Check her out. Looking really good. Chilling on her log. She dug it out underneath it. If we let her, that's where she'd brumate. Gets a little too cold here though, but she is looking fantastic. Vanessa, love that girl. She was produced by Jesse Harden. But yeah, she's producing a beautiful clutch for us this year. Really happy about that. I remember the day I collected those eggs. It was super exciting. Also, you guys might hear a bulldozer next door. So, but yeah, happy she's out and just hanging out on her log. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed checking out Vanessa. It's nice to, I don't see them as often as I did a month ago. They're starting to slow down. And let me show you guys kind of the system I have in place when you're managing this many Tegus. you kind of have to have a system. And so what we're doing right now is we've got these flags. So when an animal does not eat on a hot day, so that means 87 or up, that's kind of like the scale in my head. If an animal refuses food on a hot day, they get a flag. Okay, once they refuse food for 2 hot days, they get an X on the flag. And that's when we know, like, this animal has already started cooling down and it's refusing food and to no longer feed it. Okay, most of them, 90% of them, will all have a flag with an X on it within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so they're starting to slow down, but that's kind of the system that we use here. And when you're outdoors, you have to work with your weather. Okay, you have to check the weather. You have to know, like, oh, we're gonna feed Thursday because it's a hot day and it's gonna have 2 hot days after that. So you have to look at the weather and work with it. You can't feed, if you feed every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and that's your schedule you stick to, well, when fall comes, it's time to switch it up. You gotta start monitoring the animal and monitoring the weather and working with it. So that's what we do with the flag system. Let's continue down. Next, we've got Ginger. She's out, she's dirty, you guys. That's this time of the year, these guys are going underground in the prepared places I have for them where they can dig, and they're chilling in the dirt for most of the time. So they've got their winter coat on. They get a thick shed this time of year. There she is. She's gonna come check the camera out. It's not food, it's not food. But she is looking really good. Her body looks like it's ready for brumation. But here's her enclosure. You guys can see she loves this log hollow. She spends a lot of her time underneath there. All right, next enclosure, actually right next to where Ginger is at, we have Payload and his girlfriend. What did we name her? Can't remember her name right now. I'm not good with names. But here they are. She's doing really well. They are both doing really well. Payload is actually back in the hide, way back there, not really showing himself. And here is the female that we bred him with this year. She's doing really good, and so is Payload. They are in this space together right now. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like she wants to just walk away. Putting these logs inside of their enclosure, because over time they start to break down, and the tegus, it's wonderful enrichment for them because they will just dig through it with their nose and those powerful claws and arms and completely dig through the logs and search for little invertebrates and grubs and worms, all types of things. Anything that they can find, they will eat inside of these logs. So it's just really cool and really good enrichment for them. Show you guys one last enclosure and then I'm gonna get running. The next enclosure is actually a plague son. So our high black line, we have his son in here from 2020. Yeah, from 2020. He's putting on some really good size and turning out to be incredibly dark. So here's his enclosure, same setup, 5x10. And he's actually all the way in the back there. Let's see, we're gonna come in here. Get a closer look. but just looking phenomenal. He's actually looks lighter on camera than he is in person. But he's a really active boy and makes a mess of his enclosure. He's got logs everywhere. He likes climbing up here. He's kind of everywhere. But here he is, looking great. When people see him, they think he is the plague, because he looks just like him, but maybe even darker. And he still has a lot of growing to do. He's probably going to maybe eventually might even double in weight. So he still has some growing to do, but what an incredible looking beast that I get to own. Really cool. So thank you guys for watching another Roasted Reptiles video. Hope you enjoyed the babies. Make sure you go to the website to check them out. If you want to purchase one, do it before Thanksgiving. That is our shipping cutoff for the holiday season. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.